I'm Brittany, this is Tao, and welcome back for more Alien Stage. This is a bit of a reaction deep dive combination. I have never seen Alien Stage before. That is where the reaction part comes from. I will then immediately after watching a music video go back and comb through it all to see what I can piece together, see what I can theorize, and that would be the deep dive section. So we are starting with the next video, which is called Misua, which doesn't make me emotional in the slightest. But before we get started on that, there are a couple of notes that I have to go through as I am figuring things out, and as you guys are nice enough to leave comments explaining things that I may have missed or misinterpreted, because I tend to see the forest for the trees, so I can just miss certain bigger picture things because I'm trying to zero in and be so granular about it. So it's very helpful when you guys hop in and say things like, actually, the garden, the outdoor area where they're allowed to roam with all of the green grass and trees and water and shit, is indeed fake. It is Truman Show. There is a corner to the entire dome cube area that they are put in as part of their enrichment, and I just missed the corner. This is good information. It is indeed fake. Thank you so much. Also, in a bit of world building, there is the fact that they are enslaved by aliens. Aliens can purchase them, and then if they want to, put them through the training at the garden, and they can then go on and perform or get eliminated. Well, perform and get eliminated, unless they win all the time. And that is something that I hadn't picked up on, but makes so much sense, specifically with Ivan's stuff and being shown he's been bought and then he's been trained and all of that. Thank you for clearing that up. Seems definitely obvious in hindsight, especially taking into account, again, happening in round one, there was a shot of an alien with a human on a leash. And actually, if memory serves, that kid who was in the audience, I think either during Ivan's turn or the round after that with Ruler of My Heart, I believe that kid in the audience also had a leash. So once again, forest for the trees. Thank you for making sure I knew that. There's also Till played a different song than he was supposed to and threw his opponent off to the point of just basically winning in one fell swoop, which is a valid tactic, I feel, to just show up with a different song, and then therefore your opponent has no idea what to do, and if they can't recover, they can't recover. So bravo for the tactics there, Till. And also, if you haven't noticed, this will be lightly edited, as these days I tend to have a lot of anxiety around editing for some reason, and so the editing will be minimal, just so you know. But that is why. I'm treating it as more of a live stream situation. The last note I had, if I could read my own handwriting, once again, I feel so silly, because in Ivan's round, in round 3, literally the opening shot, as he's coming up the elevator, he looks out at the void, which is also the audience. I'm telling you, man, if I weren't so focused on the minutia, I'd see the obvious things, at least sometimes. I have read the comments on the previous video and also picked up on other things, like it was Ivan who was being held off the building. His hair just looked lighter, but that was indeed Ivan, which of course then makes tons of sense because he was looking up at the void, and then now he has a whole dynamic with the void going on, obviously, with his entire song, but that is where it began. And you'd hate to see it, the void impressing itself on such a young mind, and then that void becoming the audience, and then also his big gay pining feelings. So on that lovely note, speaking of big gay pining feelings, I don't know what a number or a video from Alien Stage just called Misua. I don't know what they're gonna do to me, but they're gonna do something. And I'm already worried about Mizi. I'm deeply concerned. She's been rescued, and I'm still deeply concerned because I doubt Alien Stage is going to just let a slave go free. Are there no lyrics to this? It's just a musical interlude. I know that melody. Fuck you. It felt like a nightmare. It felt like a nightmare. Oh! There's not gonna be much in the way of lore since it's just a fucking dream. But it's gonna be sapphiccally painful, and that's what matters. God! Just in case we weren't in pain enough. Just in case round one wasn't painful enough. Just in case watching Mizi break down to the point of beating the shit out of her opponent wasn't painful enough. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, the clothes are interesting. I must say. The clothes are interesting. Let me turn down the volume a little bit. That is fascinating. Getting grabbed by that hand. Just out of curiosity, I want to get a better look at the hand. Yeah. A lot of rings. Fur-lined collar. Cuff. A wealthy alien. Very obviously. But like being grabbed like that. And we didn't see her actually get shot. So we don't know if this directly mirrors the moment she was killed, like if somebody grabbed her and pushed her down and then shot her, or just shot her. But the thought crossed my mind that it could very easily parallel that. It reminds me of the parties, like the wealthy alien parties, and like that one shot of Ivan at the at the spread, at the buffet. Because you have these aliens, one of whom seems to be, are they holding a handkerchief? Are they emotional for some reason? That surely must be wrong. Although that would be fucked up if they convince themselves that they're so invested in these performers. It's so sad. And then that guy over here looks like he's holding a microphone. It's just generally a nightmare-scape of their situation. And they're still being observed. They're behind glass, but the aliens are still observing them. But they're very distinctly being held separate for very obvious reasons. Because she couldn't do anything when the moment came. What was she going to do? And here's a void again, the void of stars, the void of space. And we're not in Ivan's psyche right now, but the emphasis on overall on space and the void not being an altogether great or comforting thing. And it wouldn't be, considering that the human race, their experience in the universe is just being enslaved. So why would space represent anything other than that? Her clothes are so interesting. It's very like Victorian nightgown almost. What was that? Hang on. She looks not great. I do like the imagery though of Sua literally being in Mizzie's head in that shot. This is very strange, very alien. Are those goggles over there? And there's like a insect limbs-y journal happening. The for lack of a better word, the tentacles are interesting. Very squid-like. She looks very dead. Ugh. Oh, and this is where the first refrain comes in, right? Yeah, it does. That's so mean. That's so fucking cruel. Also, I feel so deeply silly that in a music-driven story, like there wasn't going to be a motif. Like we weren't going to have recurring melodies. Come on now. I really need to get on their level. Having all of this, all of the tentacle situation, the very squid-like situation coming out of her is very interesting, bizarre, dream-like, take with a grain of salt, but since this was a sequence that was intentionally made and not an actual dream, trying to associate something with it makes sense to me. These are all like items you would have in a girl's room. This book is like a diary. There's a purse here. Something that could be construed as something makeup related. A comb. Is this this thing that looks like an alien could have been a plush toy. I don't know. And then over here, it looks like a microphone though. But that's a flower. It's like very much symbols of girlhood and innocence, which makes sense. These tendrils, though, these pink tendrils are, first of all, visually stunning. Ugh. Looking at a reflection of herself, it just adds to the overall very surreal, off-putting nature. We have her actual face. I didn't mean to hit play there. We have her actual face looking into her reflection, but like her eye is right next, her real eye is right next to the reflection. And then we can also see through it a little bit to like Tamizi and stuff. It's just a very just odd, surreal image. It very much felt like a dream before we even got confirmation that it was a dream. But like in a good way. There's very clearly something different and off happening. And the way it pushes you into this has to be a dream territory is really, really nice. Are we working with symbols of life and death? Because Mizi has all these things going on her side. She has all this movement, these pink tendrils. She has all this color. And Sua is just in the black. Out of reach. This cloth, this swirl of cloth is actually giving dress. I was wondering what that could be indicating, and it is very much, it reminds me of the dress and the fabric that Mizi had in round 5 for Ruler of My Heart, when she was extracted, really. But then also their dresses just in round 1, that's really what it's giving. This is such a heartbreaking fucking frame. And like Sua's sitting at an odd angle as well. Like her feet are over here, but she's twisted to look at Mizi. It's just all so fucking sad. Oh! The tendrils reach through. And what was door opening? Yeah, with that symbol, door unlocking. And there she goes. And there she goes. The tendrils and Mizi trying to reach through. That's so fucking mean! That's so mean! Why would you do this to me? It's really screaming Kirk and Spock, actually. So if you're not a Star Trek fan, there's, to avoid spoilers, in case you haven't seen like the original series Kirk and Spock and those movies, in the movies there's a whole very dramatic and tragic thing happens, and then in the movie after that, Kirk has an entire moment about how he could not, in the traumatic moment, reach out and touch Spock. And that's what it's giving. That's what this reminds me of, in the saddest possible way. And it was already sad. The Kirk and Spock thing, already sad. The wave. Also, the fact that she's not smiling, she's not her happy-go-lucky self. She's not anything like that. She's just gone. But she waves. And then she wakes up before you get the last note. Oh, fuck these people. Do we get a little bit more light in here, or is it just this? No, it's just this. So she's... Where is she? There's a window up here. I can't decide if she's on a couch or on a bed. There's not much that's really given away. The kind of brick situation he said. Oh, what's that poster? There's a poster that says Earth. Oh, humanity would long for Earth. Shit. Was she taken all the way back to Earth? Was she rescued and taken to Earth? That seems a bit extreme. I feel like they are out in space and it's just humanity would have reminders of Earth. Well, that's it for MIZISUA. I think that's about all I could pull in a first viewing sense. I do wonder if that's a nightmare sequence that reveals itself once you see more of the music videos and maybe get more context with the master doc and everything that I will be looking into after I finish the music videos. There will also be a video in which I go through the master doc as much as possible, because it feels like if something isn't immediately clear, it will become clear later, because this is all very intentional. So now we get to go to the top 3, because Mizzy's gone. So we're just doing a top 3. It's only 2 minutes. Shit. There it is! A Knocked Garden! We finally get the name! Fastest selling album. Oh my god. And then there's this fucking guy. Winner. Luca! Luca. This being a fucking ad? Ah! How did they do that in 2 minutes? How did they do that in 2 minutes? Shit. No, of course it would be, it's an ad. It's a commercial for the top 3. You can summarize the top 3. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. So, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ! Okay. Fucking shit. How dare they have such baller music, by the way. That was a real club moment that they had going on there. Fucking shit. Okay. It's a very well put together ad. The money. Those body bags? I wouldn't put it past them. Oh, it's certainly... So, no. Go back. Thank you. Oh, they didn't stay there long enough. Oh... A throne on top of... It looks like it's not literally a mountain of body bags, but visually speaking, that's the vibe, which is fucked up, but not surprising. It's time to showcase the new possibilities of pet humans. This is giving just the overall approach and like the hype. It is kind of low-key giving K-pop, which is again not surprising. Guardian Urok. I'm sorry. I was trying to get the text and visuals at the same time, and that doesn't work. Time to showcase the new possibilities of pet humans. As in abilities or drama? Their ability to create drama in these stories that we're forcing them to live through because the stories are just their lives. I did it again. I'm so sorry. Was it just recaps? Images? Yeah. Their cries shall bring on the new age. Torturing people for fun. Says all it needs to say about the treatment of performers and tabloids and gossip and cancel culture. The metaphors are pointed. Wang, I would love to know how, is it like Spiken is pronounced? I'm sure that's somewhere. The popularity of pet humans is soaring. But is this really okay? There is an actual debate about this? That's an interesting bit of nuance to the world. Human terrorists emerge. Yeah. Wait, what am I looking at? Oh, okay. So that's the guns that they have. And the necklaces. Somebody, what's this red mark over here? On like someone's ear? That's interesting. Of course it's called terrorism. No. Does that say no hump? No, ha 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 ha. There's no alien stage, because that's the abbreviation. So yeah, it's protest signs. Just having a outline of a human with a line through it, though, would be a little bit of a mixed signal if it wasn't all also just right next to no alien stage. Uh-huh. Okay. With the same symbol as the alien stage. That's kind of nauseating. Oh, it even says a knocked garden. Just in highly distorted, it says a knocked garden. Also, the fact that the symbol for, you know, alien stage, the organization and all of that, is kind of resembling a heart, but it's like an incompleted heart, is what I always think of. Also, it's like an incompleted heart, but it's encased. It's imprisoned, one might say. Oh, that's the 4 of them. Till is always flipping somebody off and fucking valid. It's giving Joanna, Hunger Games 2. Love Joanna, so of course you love Till. Like, why wouldn't you? They're all great, by the way. All these people are fucking fascinating. Oh no, this is definitely older footage that they're using in this ad, because there's Sua there and alive. They're having to pass through. It's very aquarium, the way this looks, with the audience on the other side, like pressed up against the glass. A new star is born. Ooh, wait, no, pause, please. Fandom popularity poll number 1. But what was the first bit? Oh, Blowcell brand reputation ranking. Is that his brand, or not really his brand? But I mean, like, the brand that supports him, bought him. Blowcell. The highest reputation for the Blowcell brand. Okay. And then fandom popularity poll number 1. That's important for his survival. That immediately makes him a threat. Ivan. From A Knocked Garden. What are these symbols? The one on the top right with the almost looks like 2 very different A's. One inverted and the other one kind of right side up but swoopy. Why does that seem somewhat familiar? Are these... because the one on the bottom left says pass underneath it, but it's pass with 3 S's. So the Anoct group up here... it's just the way he slouched is so fucked up. It's like, even among the glitz and glam of a promo spot, there's still moments of yikes. I'm really curious as to what those symbols are, because it's almost like they're or badges, like they're good things, like this is what he's earned, this is what he's done. That's a beautiful shot of him. That's just a beautiful shot of him. They make the model on top of all of this. There's a whole performance that they have to do, not just on the stage. They're not exclusively kept in cells until they're meant to perform. You have to do the promo. Don't you want to survive? Yeah, all eyes are on the rookie. Yeah, that's right, they called him the rookie. Till, man. Fastest selling album. So Ivan is over here. He's the most popular. Or he was recently voted the most popular, which is dangerous in and of itself as far as other competitors are concerned. Till has the fastest selling album, and that can't be discredited. But then also that just says that they record and release albums. They don't just perform. The culture emerging, the celebrity culture emerging around them is really interesting. And really builds out the whole situation around this enslavement. And then, of course, furthers the celebrity and performer metaphor and theme that we're talking about here. Oh, see? Even when he doesn't have his middle finger up, it still reminds you of a middle finger. He's angry about this and at life in general. He gets into trouble. I love the graffiti that follows him around. As he tries to run away. He is so unhinged, and I love him so much for this. He did the graffiti, I feel, because he's smeared in paint. So he's trying to protest in every way he possibly can. And that's why he's been muzzled here. He's got tape over his mouth here. He's been beaten to shit in other instances. He's not going down quietly. And therefore must be punished. And they're trying to keep him in line. I'm so sorry. I didn't know why I didn't have this full screen. Ooh. This is just a sick camera angle. What's at the top of that, though? Oh, it's just... Oh, yeah. Luca. Very eerie, Luca is. Fantastic fucking shot, though. And Luca has won this before. This is deeply unsurprising given the level and type of performance, absolutely cutthroat performance that he went for. I'm not surprised to learn that he won season 49. There's been at least 49 seasons. Okay. Ruler of the stage. So they all have things going for them that makes them competitive. Living his endless glory days. He's won. He's a winner. He knows how to do this. It's the endless glory days until he loses. Lucas syndrome is sweeping the universe. Luke is like the one. Meanwhile, well, this is just kind of the very ad part to me, like having a spokesmodel or whoever posing for the promo ad, because we know that performing is not genuinely like this. If this is a real screen grab from like a previous round or something that they're just repurposing, obviously just a performance and not anything even remotely true to life of what it's like to be in this. This is such a fucking sick shot. The bullet hole? Oh yeah, this is just lovely recap now. Because we're getting everybody ready. Isn't this dramatic? Isn't this eye-catching? Aren't you just so compelled? Are you not entertained? Showing everybody all these different humans kneeling and subjugated. This shape up here, though, it looks like it has two eyes, like it's kind of a mask situation. Uh-huh. Oh, not anymore. That was kind of giving wings. Recap all the rounds. Fuck. And then we're just gonna pass right by. No, really, who is this chick? I want to know more about her, but we haven't gotten to her yet, and that's concerning. We've seen her before. She was in the title sequence. We know her, but we don't know her deal. And then there's Mizzy. Ugh. That's fucking sick and twisted, man. They're fucking twisted over at Alien Stage. Goddamn, Vivianos. So I do indeed have to be going. So this is a little bit of a shorter one this time. Hopefully I'll have more time next week to do more. But we got through a couple of them because they were short and really devastating. This is so... I am on the edge of my seat to see who survives, how this plays out, where Mizzy is, if she comes back into the narrative. If they find her, that would suck. I want to know so badly what happens next, but it feels like with something that's so aware of skewering celebrity culture and how we treat performers, how we treat artists who are at a very high mainstream level, they do a great job of making it feel... I am not unaware that I'm finding this all just so compelling and so interesting and fascinating, and like I want to know all the things about all of these performers, and it feels like you're just falling into that role of the alien stage organization. I've said sick a lot this go around, and I'll say it again, except I feel sick. It is a little sickening in a nauseous sense, but that just means they're doing an extremely good job. So I'll be back as soon as I possibly can with the finals I think we're finally gonna get into. I'll be back as soon as I can with that. And in the meantime, please remember, please remember to take care of yourself.